Okay guys, welcome along. Today I'm just going to be doing a little swap out on some panniers. These little ones, eBay, very cheap, like £16. And alright, I didn't mind the look of them, but they're a little bit small to be a lot of use. I mean, you can pick up a few bits down the shops, but yeah, they're not really the aesthetic I was going for, if I'm honest. So what I'm going to be doing is taking those off, and I've just picked these ones up, which are a fair bit bigger, probably twice the capacity, and a kind of canvas. Again, eBay, and these ones were, I think I paid 65 with those, with a little bit of a discount code. So I'm going to whip these off and pop these on, and we'll have a look, see which looks the better. Here we go. On top of these little ones, I actually purchased this little, like a seat hump, which is actually a little bag, which I've found to be incredibly useful so far for bits and bobs like disc locks, spare glasses, sunglasses, etc. A couple of tools, a couple of cloths for wiping things down, you know. So that I am fairly impressed with. I believe that was something like £12 I paid for that, which I think was a pretty good investment, really. Just sits on the seat, easily removable. If you don't want it, it can just be clipped on and off and taken with you. So yeah, all in all, that was a good little buy, I think. But we're going to whip it all off for now. Get the seat off and swap these bags over. The plan is I want to go and do a little bit of camping somewhere, and these little bags are just too small to be of any use at all. So there's the little seat hump that comes off. You can take that with you if you need. As you can see, it's a hot old day here in the UK. Everything's red hot to the touch, but better than rain, huh? So let's just quickly whip this seat off. Even though I've got the quick release, like knurled thumb screws on the seat, you sometimes need a Allen key just to break them loose enough. Because what I've found, if you don't do them up, just nip them up with the Allen key, they tend to vibrate themselves a little bit loose. So I find it safer just to give them a little tweak with the Allen key. Also stops sticky fingers. Thinking, oh, I'll have those nice shiny bits. So there we go, seat off, easy peasy. And then these ones just fit over like that. So as you can see, they're very small, they're very lightweight. You know, they serve a purpose, but just not the purpose I had in mind for them. Now, do I keep the seat hump on? Questions. Let's try them without for now. Excuse me, walking off camera, just get the other bag. So these come with a fairly wide strap, which is like a Velcro. It's a Velcro version. I'm aware I have no rails yet, but I'm just going to see how these hang, if I like the look of them, before I invest in Wales because I did upgrade to the tech shocks, so I'm not sure if those standard pannier rails will go round those or not. I need to do a little bit more investigation. So is this going to sit under the seat, or do they need to go over the seat? Plenty of clearance on the exhaust. Let's give that a go for now. Now, which way do I want the slope? I think I'm going to go that way. Okay. Pull those up nice and tight. It's just a matter of velcroing them at the width you require for your seat. And then there's a couple of secondary straps that go over the top. So once you've got the Velcro hook and loop in place, Velcro, I know that's a trade name, and you just feed these other straps in, which just make it a bit more of a permanent and more secure fitting. Seems pretty tight. I'll pick you up in a minute and just show you that, how they go on. How's that looking? Oh yeah, I'm liking the look of that already. Let's pick you up and show you what's going on there. Come on, camera. Right. So there's your hook and loop that goes across, and then you get these other straps, causing a shadow, that go across, and you can adjust those to fit how you want. So they seem nice and secure already, but can I get the seat back on? This is the problem. Well, not the problem, the question maybe. Let's put you back down roughly where you were. Yep, that looks about right. Do. Okay. All right. Will the seat go down? I'm not really sure what Triumph were thinking when they came up with this seat fixing idea. It's a bit of a faff, especially when you don't have the extended thumb screws. When you're dealing with just a little Allen key, tinkering around under there, it's not the easiest. Bit of a lame idea really, but I'm sure you've all seen these. They're just like a long nut with a nailed end on, and an Allen head in the end, so you can pinch them up tight if you need to. So there they are. There are other straps that you can use for securing them. Now the smaller ones were small enough not to worry about them getting in near the rear tyre, because they just couldn't reach basically. But these are longer, and I think they would get into the rear tyre. So even though there's extra straps, and they come with a bundle of straps, extra straps, like for tying them, securing them in place. 1, 2, there's 3, 4 more straps there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more straps there. Not sure why there's an odd number, but am I counting wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I may have left one indoors, I don't know. Or I may have got an extra spare one, who knows. But as you can see, there's plenty of straps for tying them off to like your foot peg stands here. Stop moving about. Now do I introduce this one as well? By all means, feel free to tell me what you guys think. I have to say, brand new DJI camera and the swipe screen doesn't work. So there they are. They're the B-buckle type, quick fasten for access in. They have a zipped inner, so it's not just open to the side with everything blowing in there. And the straps, can they be lengthened a little bit? They're kind of decorative only, really. But I'm sure you could have a little roll mat or something under there and still clamp that down. So there they are. Little inner pocket inside there for bits and bobs. Quite large. And then they've got this sort of hard inner liner to stop them squashing all out of shape and going baggy. Little water bottle pouch on the front, and on the back there's another little pocket which I've used to put in the included rain covers. So they also come with rain covers, so they're kind of shower proof, but if you were getting a lot of rain, then obviously you've got these that you can put over the whole thing. I'm not going to do that right this minute, but so quality wise they look pretty solid, pretty robust, and big enough to be useful but not too big. I see some of them just look enormous. I didn't really want or need that much space. Let's just do that in a minute. So overall, for the price, they look pretty decent. Buckles feel solid. I can do that one-handed, not easily. Come on, Andy, sort it out. Making a hash of this. There you go. I'm right-handed and I'm trying to do it left-handed. Get in. There you go. So there you are. These are the NICECNC. I mean, it's a bit of a peculiar name, but they look pretty decent to me. What do you think, guys? Tell me what you think. The little ones, which I did quite like, but as you can see, a big size difference. So I think what I will do, I'll keep these just for on the bike, general day to day. I'm making a shadow. And then these for trips away, etc. And obviously they don't have to go under the seat, which I'm going to try again in a moment. They can just go straight over the top of the seat, which will raise them up higher. So I'm going to have a little go at that in a second. In fact, I'm going to do that now. Strike while the iron's hot, eh? So they say. So, get you somewhere so you can see what's going on. That right? That looks about right. course, warming up today. We had a little heat wave in the UK, and then followed by the obligatory downpours, which was last night, which was quite handy because I've just bought a new little tent, and he got a test last night. I'm happy to say it didn't leak, so that's a bonus, huh? So anyway, these were £16 on eBay. Cheap as chips. In fact, I don't know if you could get a large cotton chips for £16 anymore. So let's just take those off of there. Seat back on. Irritating thumb screw in. I mean, even with these elongated screws, it's still a bit of a fiddle. But at least you can do it if you need to, without fumbling around, scratching all your rear fender with an Allen key, or your light fitting. Actually, while I'm here, these are the Tech shocks, which I purchased a few weeks ago. I've only had the bike a month. I've done a few other little upgrades. Bar end mirrors, very cheap, eBay. I actually really like those, especially for the price. So obviously they can just sit over the top and strap down in the same way. Actually, that's quite interesting. The shock stops them getting into the rear wheel, especially if they were tied off back there. I actually like the look of them higher up, and then a little seat hump on the top will help cover all the straps. Yeah, I think that's the way forward. What do you reckon, guys? Any preferences? There's the black and the tan. I suppose it's all black and tan. You can't really go wrong, can you, with black and tan? So there they are, fitted a little bit higher. Come on, DJI, sort yourselves out. The swipe screen doesn't like being swiped. Just my luck to buy a brand new camera that's already faulty. Little rear view. They've also, I didn't bring down, they also come with shoulder straps, so if you want to take them off, they clip onto there. Nice solid looking brass loops, bronze brass, so you can carry them individually as like a shoulder bag. Anyway, there you are, guys. Just a little quick dirty video in case anybody else has seen these on eBay and was wondering what they're like. I couldn't actually find any reviews or anything on them, but they're not offensively wide, but they look like they've got a fairly decent capacity. Excuse me, huffing and puffing. It's very warm out here. Wowza. Yeah, I think that's the configuration I'll go with and test it out. So I don't know if you can see that, but that can't physically get into the back wheel there, especially when I've got this strap secured and the front strap secured, so it can't twist. Once that's pulled in to here, it can't rotate into the wheel, so I might be able to get away without a luggage rack, pannier rails on there. So what I'll do a bit later on is I'll chuck a pile of books or something in there, and I'll go for a little blast just to make sure they're secure and not going anywhere. Alright guys, hopefully that might be some use to somebody, in case they've been eyeing them up on eBay and didn't get an idea of size or how robust they are. I mean, the canvas feels pretty solid, you know. It's not like thin papery stuff. I actually do like the look of that. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so I'll leave it there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Safe riding.